In this video, I read your absolutely rancid confessions. It's been a while since I had y'all submit some of the things you've done in your life that you have some shame about. And you know, for the comeback stream, it was like a nice way to ease back in, but you guys are very relative term here considering, y'all. This was streamed live at twitch.tv/Kwote, where I'll actually be live tonight. And if you enjoyed this video, this card at the end will take you to another one like it. Also, only 20% of y'all are subscribed with notifications on. If you sub it at the bell icon, you'll never miss an upload, and you can always undo it later. There were some 200 submissions, and they actually managed to cut it down to a reasonable amount. I say we just jump in, you know? Let's get at it. All right, here's our first confession. I can't drink gamer subs. Can't? Or won't. So a few months ago, I bought my first tub of gamer subs, using code Kwote for a discount on my order. Much appreciated, thank you for supporting the regime. Waited patiently for my package and everything, only to find that I'm basically unable to drink it. I think I'm sensitive to the sweetener they use because I get heart palpitations in less than an hour of trying. As a Kwote fan, gamer, and caffeine enjoyer, I'm deeply ashamed and ask for forgiveness. Love your content, by the way, much love. I mean, yeah, I don't know how much of a confession this is. Like, I'm gonna be honest, man, there's not a lot of shame to be had here. You did try the gamer subs. You did buy it. You did use code Kwote. You did everything you could be reasonably asked of you. You didn't choose to have a sensitivity to this ingredient. I think that's a nice, like, this person seems like a generally pleasant to be around person. I will say, it could be the caffeine, man. Like, I like caffeine, but even every now and then, like, it might just depend on the day. It just, like, interacts with me the wrong way. All right, next. I went to an AJR concert and bought a $70 green hoodie because it looks like yours and thought that was ironic. It's very comfortable, to be honest. I don't like you. I don't like... You thought you went to an AJR concert, bought a green hoodie because you thought it looked like me, knowing I didn't like that. You knew this would hurt me. You're an evil little creature, you know that? Okay, next. I stole a light switch when I was in middle school from a church that I went to for activity nights. I unscrewed it with my fingernails and kept it in my desk drawer for about a year before throwing it away. What, like, dude, this is like some of the most, like, toddler to middle school age shenanigan shit I've read. It's like, I'm gonna fuck up my fingernail by unscrewing something. Like, by the way, those, like, destroy, like, if you ever tried to, like, turn a fucking, like, indent with your fingernail, oh, it fucking chews them up, bro. It chews them up. So you stole a light switch cover, held on to it, didn't do anything with it, fucked up your fingernails, and kept it in your desk drawer just to throw it away. You didn't have no dastardly evil plans with it. You just did that. Devious lick. A devious lick would be stealing, like, a stop sign, man. That was not a devious lick. It wasn't a petty lick. That was a subpar lick. I put Sweet Baby Ray's on my breakfast biscuits. Yum. What is Sweet Baby Ray's? All I was thinking of was Babyface Ray, the rapper. Sweet Baby Ray's. Authentic, award-winning barbecue sauce. I don't see why that's ridiculous. I'm just not a big fan of barbecue sauce in general. Ooh, spicy garlic sounds good. Yeah, I don't know. Dude, I put hot sauce on like omelets. I don't know, man. I'm weird. I like put like sriracha on omelets sometimes. Okay, this next one is gonna be fucked up, isn't it? I just see it peeking over the margin. I take care of my grandma who's Alzheimer's. I can't wait to hear what type of really ethical things you've been getting up to with that responsibility, chatter. I take care of my grandma who has Alzheimer's, and sometimes when I want more time to myself at night, I tell her it is later than it is so she goes to sleep, and I don't have to listen to the TV at 60 volume when I'm trying to write a term paper. Guys, is this fucked up? Is this taking advantage of somebody with Alzheimer's? Or is this just getting someone to bed earlier? Like, I thought, like, lying to a child, I think it's, something feels icky about trying to infantilize someone with dementia or Alzheimer's. Sorry, I'm mixing them up. I think you could do some much more terrible things than that if someone has Alzheimer's personally. Caring for someone with Alzheimer's involves a ton of manipulation. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, apparently it's industry practice. It's industry standard. I want to say, like, chaotic neutral. Like, what is the material harm here? Yeah, it could have been a lot worse, man. This is totally going to be tame compared to the rest of the submissions, but I went to a concert where they didn't allow us to keep the caps in our bottles, and at the end when we were leaving, I accidentally poured over half a bottle of water on the lady in front of me, and then I proceeded to pretend that there was either a leak or someone above me had done it and ran away. Okay, so this is, I actually know how to get away with this. Not because I've done it, but there was like a viral trend of this, something similar happening. Do you remember, like, there's this video of a guy who just takes like a trash can, puts it on a guy's head and then smacked it, and then he put another trash can on his head and then purposefully fell over like he wasn't the dude who just hit the guy and pretended he was a victim. What you need to do is pour the water on your head. That trend is so funny, unethical, and wrong. But I laugh at things I don't think are okay all the time. Was it this one? Okay, nobody got smacked in this one, so that's nice. They just suit, like, they all suit up, bro. They all suit up. That lady has to know, it was one of y'all two. It was what, but like, you just have to, it's like, it was one of y'all two. Who is the better at gaslighting the other person, though? Who sticks to the bit the longest? Okay, next. Not as serious, but I used to think infertility and infidelity were the same thing. I mean, they're more related than you'd think, I guess. I don't think that's the worst mix-up you can have. It's significantly less embarrassing than some of the stuff that we've heard about on this. Both mean you aren't having kids. I don't know, man. Infidelity does not mean you won't get pregnant. It just means it might not be the person you're married to's kid. All right, next. When I was younger, I used to go around my school stealing people's USBs for no reason. I just thought they were the coolest thing in the world. I have no idea where they are now. That's fucked up. That's, bro, like, there could be, like, important shit on them flash drives. You might have just stolen, like, a week's worth of somebody's, final project, man. I honestly, I think the stealing USBs things, I respect it more than I respect stealing the light switch, because there's some utility there, but it's also more fucked up and evil than the Alzheimer's grandma thing. Okay, one of my OCs is based off a Warrior Cat OC, which was based off of a FNAF character. I no longer have the cat OC, but have the other. But yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I could totally do with the destruction of everything Warrior Cats from the cultural memory. It's twofold for me. It's twofold for me. Sensitive, for one. Two, it's Guardians of Gahul on this side, man. We got beef. That formed core memories for me. We will free you from them by taking out a lobe from your brain. We will fix you. Okay, I just looked at the next one. What the hell? Now we're getting in the juicy stuff. I have spent more than $2,000 on gooning material with my mom's credit card without her knowledge. I think the worst part about this one is I have spent. It makes it sound like you're still currently doing it. Like $2,000. You have to be old enough to know the moral repugnancy of what you're doing. Yeah, I like this. I think this might be the worst one so far, dude. Fucking be better to your mother, man. Why does she even let you use her credit card? Fuck, like, I hope she changes that shit and kicks you out the will. When I was in elementary, I got jealous of a girl who was dating my crush, so during a kilometer run, not only did you use kilometer, but you spelled it the weird way. I jabbed her in the neck with a popsicle stick. When she snitched, I proceeded to slam her into a large rock during a recess. I was a very angry child. Dude, you were like King Von, like on the playground. Every day they're clocking me. Everybody fucked up, man. That's fucked up and evil. I proceeded to slam her into a large rock during recess because she wasn't a big fan that I stabbed her in the neck. You told on me for trying to kill you? Now I'm gonna kill you for it. All right, I consume an unhealthy amount of fanfiction. Everyone I know that has seen my screen time, I looked at it and sighed in disappointment. I also have an AO3 logo taped on my wall next to where I sleep. I'm gonna be honest, man. I have infinitely more respect for anybody with like hundreds of hours on AO3. Like, it's not a very social activity, but it's reading. Like, it's engaging with literature. There's gold in there, man. Why the logo on the wall? I mean, things you like, bro. You collect knickknacks of them. Better than character AI, man. Like, Jesus. Taped on your wall. Man, how many of y'all have band posters? Your loyalty is to a single entity. This is a person with love of a craft, of a medium. Okay. I used to take dumps under the treehouse behind my house, but only in, like, a cutesy way. I mean, the real question is, were you wiping? And if so, with what? Like, if you were using leaves, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna say this nicely. You don't know where that shit was. Realistically, throughout most of human existence, we've been shitting outdoors. It's biodegradable. It's gross, but that's how it was, man. You see poop in public all the time. If you guys live near geese, or you've ever stayed anywhere near geese, you were like playing The Floor is Lava, not trying to step on poop. Treehouse, is that a Sally Face reference? It makes sense your name is Crayon Muncher, dog. I once hid under my parents' bed to scare them, and we ended up getting robbed because they thought no one was home. I mean, why didn't you square up, bro? You could have stopped them. Put your little, like, fucking toddler hands up and start scrapping, man. Start scrapping. One time, when me and my sister were really young, we both had to take a shit. So unlike normal people and just wait, well, like, what were you waiting for? Just waiting. We decided to go at the same time. I used the toilet while she used the bathtub. Our parents never found out. So what you're saying is you cleaned up after yourself? I mean, I'm simultaneously flabbergasted at the shitting in the tub, and I'm happy to hear it wasn't the Kwote viewer who shat in the bathtub. You were civilized and used the toilet like a functioning member of society. But your sister shat in the tub, but you felt bad about getting caught, so you cleaned it up. Did you, like, we talking bare hands? A few years ago, in 7th grade, wait a sec, a few years ago, man, if you a kid, get the fuck out of my chat. Destroy all minors. You will be lasered on sight if you were caught being a child. His name was McQueen. Okay, based. Wait, no, that's and we got to take turns taking care of him. When it was my turn, I fed him just before school was over, but I dropped the whole bottle in the tank and accidentally overfed the fish, killing it. My teacher asked about it the next day, and I blamed it on the weird kid. Bro, you are the weird kid. You're colon-3ing after you just admitted to killing a fish. I'm sorry, but whoever you think the weird kid is, it's not him. Look in a mirror, buddy. Next. I have run from the police 5 times. Okay, hardened criminal in the Kwote chat. They've never caught me. I always did something dumb that led them to me in hiding, or I turned myself in. Wait, so you got away and turned yourself in? I hope it was like to clear up misunderstandings or whatever. Okay, guys, running from the cops is not an incredibly unique experience. Why would you turn yourself in? I mean, honestly, if it's like not like a serious crime, like it's a misdemeanor, or it was like a mix-up, sometimes turning yourself in can like lead into less trouble, just like have a plan for it. Bro was feeling guilty. Have you ever ran from the cops? I don't want to say. I know several people who have. It's like running from the cops is usually the worst idea. Not if you can like it. Not if you can beat them with a foot race, bro. An ex-friend of mine begged me to take her, what the fuck is that one below this? I read the Matt Pack Mpreg with a smile. All right, let's pretend I didn't read that. An ex-friend of mine begged me to take her prom dress home because she didn't have room for it. I told her no, and she still begged. I'm a pushover, so I took it, and she never took it back even when I asked her. My parents got mad and threw it away. It was $600, and her dead dad gave it to her. I mean, that's like kind of sweet. Like a friend of yours. I mean, you said ex-friend, so maybe you don't like them anymore. It was apparently a family heirloom, and she trusted it to you. She couldn't keep it, so she wanted someone who she trusted to have it. Like if she literally can't keep it, and then she's trying to give it to you. I don't understand why your parents threw it out though. Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Like, what are we missing here? Maybe it was really big and poofy. I don't know. Yeah, I just don't think there's enough here, man. I don't even know what's being confessed to. Okay, right after MatPat Mpreg, I drew FNAF Mpreg when I was 12 without any understanding of what it actually was. You know, what a sequence of events, man. What a chain. That's a combo right there, you know, two-piece. My ex forced me to roleplay Mpreg miscarriage, and I haven't recovered since. That word is so funny, but the entire fucking roleplay was real, unfortunately. Okay, so when you say the roleplay was real, it makes it sound like you actually got Mpregged and miscarried. Like, I know you mean that the roleplay is something you actually did, but like, you make it seem like we method acted the Mpreg miscarriage. Digital Footprint is on my sex playlist, and I started playing while I was going down on my girl. I forgot it was there, I was eating it, and I heard her laugh, but then I heard, gotta get my pecs big enough I could breastfeed, and realized what was happening. There's a lot of like innuendo shit in that song, like it's very like raunchy, but I don't know if that's a song you want to play during the actual act. That's crazy, man. I'm hoping that it was good ambience, like that the laugh was positive. Like, bro, she laughed at your playlist during sex. That's pretty gnarly. Is this a straight person? That or a incredible lesbian couple? My friend rubbed his toes on me as a joke, but I secretly liked it. I'm gonna be honest, dude. If your friend was paying attention, you probably weren't as good at keeping a secret of that as you thought. Like, I have a feeling they might have noticed. I once ate a small bit of a frog in science class while I suck. Dude, how do you not have fucking insane like gut diseases no one's ever heard of? That is nuts. Are those things preserved like corpses, the chemicals? I hope they are at least like sterile, because like I don't even want to think about the nasty shit that was inside that. Ugh. I think the dumbest thing I ever did was, it was in science class, and it was like after a dissection. I didn't eat the fucking animal. That's not what this is. But somebody dared me to like take like a shot of just straight salt, and my kidneys were fucking killing me, dude, for the rest of the day. Like, they dared me to, like, oh, I will do this frog I'm going to tear apart and stitch back together, the honor of ingesting some of it. Whenever I make an oopsie with my car and someone asks me about it, I say I got hit in the parking lot and found it like that. It's only happened twice, nobody's caught on yet, but it's eating me alive. With an oopsie with your car, do you mean like a crash, or you just like hit the side of a building or whatever? Not gonna lie, they have hit one or two pieces of school property on accident. Nothing important, never hit no people. But there's like some scuffs on the side of my car, and I'm like, oh man. Parents obviously mad as hell because there's a scuff on the car they helped me buy, and I'm like, dude, it was in the I went into the Walmart. I come back out. There's a new scuff on the car. No. Okay, I still read X-Reader Fix on Wattpad. Is that embarrassing? I don't know. As a matter of personal taste, self-insert X-Reader, not for me. The part you should be ashamed about is that you still read them on Wattpad. Like, dude, you're just not reading the cream of the crop no more. Go fucking on AO3 with their actually good tagging system. Lets you filter out a lot more. Fucking grow up. My brother fell for a scam that cost him $1,000, and I just let him do it. Man, do you hate him? Like, I hope it was like just a one-time thing and he didn't like lose his credit card information. That'd be pretty bad. When I was younger, about 13 to 14, I vandalized my middle school's bathroom with art of my persona with a shirt that said Big Dick Energy. And one time while skipping class, I broke the stall door off because my friend threw me into it and I got suspended. Like, I'm gonna be honest, this whole sentence, this is a very 13 to 14-year-old fucking string of things to do. Yeah, I got Art of My Persona with a shirt that says Big Dick Energy on it. Yep. The skipping class one and then your friend just like throwing you into stall is funny as hell though. I have a beaver skull stuck in a cube of ice sitting in my garage. Like, just out in the open? Do you keep your garage at freezing temperatures? That's funny as hell if you do. I would like the beaver skull to just be sitting in the middle of the garage. I don't want it in a freezer where it could be like sequestered and hidden away from polite society. I want anyone who walks into your garage to have to see what you're into. I take small art supplies from my school, like good erasers, pencils, or colored pencils. I feel bad because my teacher is so awesome and cool, but I can't help it. I mean, I've taken a fucking eraser from the classroom before. I don't give a shit. Like, what kind of a confession is this? It's like, sometimes when I don't have a pencil, I get a pencil and then I keep using it. Yeah, I know. Pretty crazy. I had a girl bully me for no reason in 4th grade. I laced her lunch with my mom's medicines. Oh my god. You just straight up, you just drugged a fucking, like, you drugged a toddler. You drugged an 8-year-old, bro. That is wild. You spiked her lunch? Do you even know what your mom was taking? You can't just leave it at, I spiked her shit. What happened after? Were you giving this girl, like, some hardcore painkillers? Did you get this person hooked on, like, amphetamines? I don't know, dude. I made my friend buy me a $25 game, and we never ended up playing. I mean, the question was, did they want you to play it with them? And you're like, I'll play it if you get it for me, but I don't really care for it. It happens, man. I've done that before in both directions. I paid someone in 9th grade $20 to eat a frog part when we dissected it. And they did. This sounds familiar, guys. Does this remind you of anybody else who we may have discussed recently? More of this, please, guys. More coordination. Even if you're lying to me. I thought about putting some of my ops addresses on sketchy websites. Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you're like, yeah, I thought about getting some people to slide on my ops, I don't think you're the type of person with ops in the traditional sense. I think you have, like, very petty drama ops. I don't think you have, like, Chirac level shit. Like, at least they didn't actually do it. I mean, that's the thing. Didn't actually do it. This doesn't read like a person to me with the gumption to do it. And I'm not acting like I am, but it's like, yeah, I thought about getting my ops killed one day. Bro, if you have ops the way that people usually talk about them, you should be doing it yourself. Murder is wrong, and you shouldn't murder. But you're talking about it like it was a passing thought before you went back to playing fucking Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Having the thought of, yeah, I thought about getting these guys slid on. What kind of a confession is that, bro? You didn't do shit. Oh, no. Oh, I hate this one. I used to have a collection of Dream SMP and SFW art hidden away in a Discord server that only I was in. And when I mean a collection, I mean I could scroll up at the fastest possible speed and it would still take minutes to get to the top. I hate this. To hell, to the dungeon with you. Crawl in the coffin, bury it. The gooner. I'm moving on from that as fast as possible. As a kid, I used to wipe my boogers on the wall in my family's bathroom. There's worse rooms to do it in. I'm not insanitary and you live with people, but like, yep. I've eaten a lot of weird stuff. This includes dog. Okay, I'm gonna go through these and I'm gonna tell you if I've eaten these. Dog food, I have. Dog treats, I have. Horse food, nah. Horse treats, not. Buttercups, which are poisonous. Like, so not the candy, got it. Clovers, probably not that bad. Battery acid, on accident? How the fuck did that end up in your digestive tract? A stink bug, do not, okay, you were that type of toddler who was like, just putting shit in there. It's like, I wonder if this tastes good. Laundry detergent, okay, you were ground zero for all them Tide Pod memes back in 2015. That was you. How was your stomach lining still intact? How were you alive to make this? Hand soap, you cursed a lot, I get it. Maggots, ugh. Rocks? I guess I've technically eaten rocks before. I mean, here's the thing. When I think of rocks, you think of like stones, right? Sand is basically just a bunch of tiny, like rocks. And more probably is killing me though. Who looks at maggots and thinks, yummy. I mean, you never know. I currently have 0 friends and I can't bring myself to try and make more. My old friends were carried over from high school and when they forgot about me, I just gave up. Oh, fuck, that's depressing. I mean, I'm gonna try and give you some game. Like, don't give up because then you'll never get more friends. You can't live life like this. It's not good for you. I've lost friends, all of them at once, like at points. It sucks. It does. But like the advice remains the same. Find interests, get new interests if you need, and find people who like, fucking make a Discord friend group if you have to, man. Just don't get groomed. When I was like 16, there was a party. And the Monday after, there was a rumor going around that this jock kid completely trashed the guest bedroom. The party was his best friends, and they stopped being best friends after that, but it was me. Oh, I'm the one who wrecked the guest bedroom. I caught my boyfriend at the time sleeping with a girl in the bed, and I freaked out. I don't know why people thought that kid did it. Maybe there was tension there already between him and the best friend, where it was like, of course you would do some shit like this. Also, when you say sleeping, do you mean like canoodling and like you caught him cheating? Because justify crash out, you know, I think. But like, were they literally just conked out? I don't know. I'm just gonna stamp this reasonable crash out and move on. I ate an entire crayon 2 years ago just to be a silly guy. That does sound pretty silly and whimsical to me, I'll give you that. My introduction to Sonic the series was fucking Sonado Gotcha Yowie. I hate my fucking life. You know what? I think I've already told this story. I think like one of the first pieces of gay media I ever ran into was in 5th grade. I found a Sonado comic on DeviantArt, and I was hooked. I had no indication that I at all liked men at the time, and that was that. It wasn't my introduction to the series, that was Super Mario Bros. Z. But damn, that set the course of my life in a direction that I think has had major consequences. I am low-key a kleptomaniac, but not with stealing from like stores, but if I see something small and cute that I like, I can't help but grab it secretly. Like cuteness aggression grab, and then you put it down? That's not stealing. We need more details here. Like, some of these confessions have interesting hooks, but I need an example. What do you consider small and cute? Do you see like a baby and then steal it from its mother and leave them heartbroken that they've got, like, their child's been kidnapped? I talked a kid into using a stapler on their hand back in kindergarten because I wanted to see the reaction to know if it hurt. Okay, not gonna lie, kindergarten, kids is idiots. That kid shouldn't have fallen for that, he's dumb. But if whoever confessed to this couldn't figure out, man, I wonder if using a stapler on yourself would hurt. You probably even stupider. You've got some like manipulation tactics or some chops in social engineering that maybe speak to some specific intelligence, but man, you dumb as hell. Okay, what's next? I showed my cousin's fiance my Sims game, forgetting I had Wicked Sims. I'm gonna Google Wicked Sims. I'm assuming that's a sex mod. Yep, sex and nudity mods for The Sims 4. I am a part of their wedding. I showed that made a naked sim. I am so embarrassed for all of eternity. Forgive me, please. I'm not gonna lie, your cousin's fiance probably thought that was funny as shit. If they have any level of chill, they'll probably hold it over your head, but in like a funny way. I think you might have to deal with some light jibbing, but that means it wasn't that serious. When I was about 5 or 6, I was dating my cousin. We said how we would get married. I'm 16 now and discussed that, child, die, get out of my chat, die. Incest isn't cool, guys, remember that. Thanks for the PSA. I used to draw MLP gore all the time when I was younger. Are y'all still on the MLP infection AU shit? Is that a video I should make? My mom said she doesn't think I could afford to be on drugs because I never have money. My little brother said, what if she just spends all her money on drugs and that's why she never has any? My brother totally clocked me. I love weed. My mom doesn't suspect a thing and I feel kind of guilty. Your brother clocked you. He's like, she's not broke. Like, the drugs came before the broke. I'm sorry, man, but you got clocked. Like, you got absolutely soul read. Your brother got your ass on that one. I am deep into horrible fanfic, muffins, Kwote, etc., and I genuinely like them because they're like those weird I'm soulmates with the alpha uwu baka. In torture porn, kind of? Of me? You're reading torture porn of me? What the fuck, man? What did I do to you? What do you mean? Kind of. I don't think this is too bad of a confession, but I don't know, man. I'm gay and shit, so I don't give a fuck. I love you, weird Springtrap husband. Goddamn, man. Ugh. Am I just a plaything to you people? I read torture porn fanfic of you, Kwote. Okay, thanks. There was this one time where my dad made me piss on a church. I was really young and didn't know it was a church till years later. How did you pee on the church? Like, were you on the roof? Or was it like a little like, what's the name of the 3 wise men and Jesus being born? Not Immaculate Conception, is it? What's the name? Wow, fuck, I'm a terrible Christian. I'm not a Christian. The nativity scene. That's the one. Thank you. Yeah, no, that's crazy though. And that's the last one. What is a Kwote stream without a closing out with an act of blasphemy, huh? All right. I'm slowly feeling better, fellas, but I am gonna thank you to everybody who submitted confessions. Did you know if you're watching this on YouTube, you missed out on it live on twitch.tv/Kwote? If you ever want to be featured in these videos, on stream is where I put the form for people to submit so that like we can, if you want a chance to be in the videos or on the stream, you should definitely come check it out. We'd love to have you. We'd love to have you here. It's a fun little community.